And if you're anyone above or below this height, you're about to go absolutely crazy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Anthony, Greg, Murray and Jeff, the Wiggles! First question, do you get sick of doing that?
Never.
No.
We love it.
Do you get sick of people coming up to you and doing that?
No, it's great. And when you get stumped in a question, especially in America, they ask you a question and you don't quite know what to say, so you go...
Now, let's go back to when this all began. I mean, you would have had no idea that it was going to erupt and be just this phenomenon, I guess. So, I guess, you know, when you first started, what did you expect, Greg? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I mean, when we started it, we really were just doing it because we loved early childhood, and Anthony had the idea. He said, hey, let's write some songs for children. He wanted to do a good album of songs for children, and really that's all it was, and we had no visions beyond that.
And I actually noticed that no skivvies tonight. Murray, how does that feel? Do you feel somewhat naked?
It does feel weird. It took me a while to recognise these guys. I didn't know who they were.
You know what someone said backstage, rather unkindly? Seeing you in the civvies, I know why you wear the skivvies.
That's harsh.
That was terrible.
That is harsh. Now, Greg, I want to find out about the concert, because, I mean, you've had a bit of a holiday. You're getting back into it. But just prior to your holiday break, there was rumours that Greg the Wiggle, Yellow Wiggle, collapses during a performance. What happened?
Oh, well, nothing really that dramatic at all, Rove. I'm sorry to spoil the story, but no. It was just, you know, having a bit short of breath and dizziness and...
He collapsed.
It's much more exciting that way.
And so what happened? Well, where did the stories come from? Was it me? I probably shouldn't have gone around saying, oh, they're on crack and stuff like that. Maybe that was a bad idea. So, I mean, but what happened? Was it heat exhaustion? Oh, yeah, sure, Anthony, yeah.
It happened also in Hong Kong during the SARS thing.
Oh, yeah.
Greg had this heat exhaustion. And it's funny because it was and we were really worried for him, but then we started almost making jokes where Captain Feathersword said, before we went on stage, because they took him away with the mask and everything, Captain Feathersword said, let's do this one for Greg.
When you're in hospital in the middle of a SARS crisis, you really find out who your friends are. They don't come and visit.
No, but Jeff came in with even worse after that. Well, that's what Captain Feathersword said, let's do it for Greg. He went, he would have liked it that way.
Well, Jeff, when you're performers, and I've discussed this kind of thing with High Five as well, when you're children's performers, is it hard for you just in your day-to-day to be normal? Do you have to constantly keep up this responsibility? Like, you couldn't have a bad day where you're a bit grumpy?
No. There is, particularly when you see children around and you're about to cross against the lights, and you look around.
You would do that, would you?
Never. I never do that.
But do you ever get caught in situations where you know, are you allowed to? Do you give yourself parameters like you can't be seen drinking in a bar or things like that?
Murray.
Oh, Murray.
It's funny, you know, because a few years ago, I was out seeing a band somewhere, and it was in the paper the next day that I was out, you know, having a beer and watching a band. And I thought it's funny when that's news, but no, we're adults. People know we're adults, and you know, we don't pretend that we are children. We just. But by the same token, I think there is a real responsibility, as Jeff said, you know, to do the right thing, but you know, we're pretty much like that anyway. We're pretty boring.
Well, too, and you've exploded overseas as well. I mean, you've done, which a lot of people can't do, and that's cracked the US market. Greg. Have I missed something? Jeff, what are you doing back there? He's going to collapse. Let's do this one group for Greg, guys. Well, I'll ask you, Anthony. I mean, you've cracked the US market. How's that for you?
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great country to visit, and the people are really positive. When we go on stage, it's like, wow! And when we come back to Australia, it's best to, the Wiggles.
our old friends, the Wiggles.
Yeah,
they had, like, you appeared in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people know what that is. It's a worldwide thing.
It's the biggest parade in the world, apparently. And we've done it 3 times, and the first time we were waving and no one really knew who we were. They're saying, what's a Wiggle? But, you know, this time around, they mostly knew who we were. It's been great. We've been going to the States for a long time now, and just in the last few years, it's really really taken off, so it's very exciting.
And of course, when you do shows in the States, I mean, look, we've got here footage of you with Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, we had John Travolta on the show once, and I've never seen any guest so excited because, Jeff, you were here to be in the swivel chair.
Yeah.
And it was Anthony you no-showed.
I know, and you know why? I thought, there's no way we're going to get near Travolta. He comes up and hugs them and sings Hot Potato.
Do you find it, is it mind-boggling that these people, these big celebrities, you know, worship the ground you guys walk on?
Yeah, you pinch yourself a lot of the time. The show that Seinfeld was at, Robert De Niro was at as well.
Wow.
It was very weird being on stage and seeing Robert De Niro and Jerry Seinfeld in the audience.
We've got photos here of some of the people that have attended the exclusive backstage. We've got Seinfeld, of course. There's this is Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
Then Chris Rock is in here as well. And this is my favourite, John Edward.
Yeah, it's great. We become great friends with John Edward, and we went out to dinner with him in New York, and this is the true story. And we met him at the hotel, and he said, "We're going to Mythos, aren't we?" And he knew what restaurant we were going to. We didn't even tell him.
But the strange thing is, we didn't even know the name of it. We said we're going to this Greek restaurant. We said, we don't know what it's called. He said, I know. And he told us what it was called.
He was incredible, and he knew what we were going to order before we ordered it. And he's the nicest guy, and he's genuine. And his family are fantastic. He's really a great guy.
Well, there you go. I mean, you know, and to get that kind of acclaim from the Wiggles, that's saying something. You don't say that for everyone.
Something is an exclusive on John Edward. He's an incredible ballroom dancer. Him and his wife, Sandra, and they do competitions around the world.
And right now, he's not watching the show, but he's just getting a sense of, oh, God, Anthony! Well, the boys well, they're back out. They've got their new DVD, Top of the Tots, which is out March 10. Please thank the Wiggles!